Okay, so today I'm playing checkers for basically the first time ever. I mean, obviously everybody's played it at some point, but I could probably count on my fingers. It's not as authentic as uh last week. I've been sort of on a board game binge, I guess. We did Go last week, so I'm doing checkers this week, but that was completely authentic when I said that I'm playing for the first time because I really had never played a single game. I know that for sure in my life. And not only had I never played a game of Go, I don't think I'd even seen anybody play it. Just, I guess it's not as popular where I live in the like West and New York and the United States, whatever. You don't, it's not the sort of thing you go to somebody's house and see them doing, or you'll do. You know, you'll play Monopoly or you'll play chess or something, you'll play cards, but yeah, Go is just never a thing. It's more popular in Asia. It's like with Shogi. I'd never even heard of Shogi until like last year because I was just playing so much chess again, and I just happened to come upon it. Like, why aren't there any Japanese grandmasters? Oh, it's because they all play shogi instead. And so it's mostly only popular in Japan specifically, but it is very complicated. So the one meaningful distinction about checkers that came up, speaking of playing chess, it's such a broad spectrum for me that it almost turns into like a just chatting category. So we do all these topics and research and debates and stuff. I always make fun of chess as the objectively solvable game that people get mad at, but there's nothing really insulting about it. But here we don't have an objectively solvable game. We have an objectively solved game. I think it was like in 2008 where it was actually finally solved, and not like you'll win every game if you play it that way, but you can at least solve it for a draw. So you can guarantee a draw, or I guess a win. But see, for that intensive purpose, I don't get why people get offended by it, like in chess, especially really good players who dedicate, years of their life to it. Just because it's solved by an engine, which chess will probably be solved by like 2050, in my estimation, let's say. But just because it's solved doesn't diminish the game or say like, oh, the game is somehow bad or that makes it worse, because it doesn't mean people can do that. So like, okay, checkers is solved, but does that mean that anybody can just play it like that? It's not like Connect 4 or Tic-Tac-Toe or something where, you can guarantee the outcome every time just based on sequence of moves. Here it's like way more complex, I would imagine. Although, see, checkers is always the butt of jokes, like, this guy, like in the story, people use an analogy, right? Like, this guy's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers, which means he's like on another level and he's smarter and better. But is it really that much more complicated? Or yeah, this guy's playing shogi when everyone else is playing chess, because it's objectively more complicated because of being able to put down the pieces like Crazy House or whatever. Yeah, like it even says that on the category. They're like, everybody knows how to play checkers, although I forget. All I know is like you jump over the pieces with yours, but other than that. And that's the other thing this and Go have in common, is that like every piece is the same, right? Like in chess, at least the beginner's distinction is you have all these different pieces to learn. So even if you don't learn the game, you can learn the pieces. Like, oh, this is how the knight works, I'm still working on that one, but this is how the rook works, this is how the pawn works. So you can learn it more intrinsically that way, and it's kind of fun. I personally do prefer games that have different and interesting pieces, and I even like to create my own. Like, there's all kind of custom variants you can make and stuff like that. So it is a little bit boring on a surface value to only have one piece, but that doesn't mean it's not complicated. It doesn't mean it's not deep and interesting. Yeah, when people get offended by that, though, I do find it amusing. Like, and that was the interesting thing with Go. Apparently with Go, the engines were a lot slower to catch up. So like checkers, they were very fast to catch up. So 2008, it's already solved and done, right? With Go, it took until 2015, or sorry, I should say it the other way. So like with checkers, it was solved by 2008. So the engines were way ahead of people. With chess, in like the 90s, Kasparov played against Deep Blue and it beat him, and then since then it's taken off like crazy, where engines are far better than people it will ever be already. So like Magnus, the best player, can play an engine and he'll get destroyed right now, and nobody will ever be better than them already. So for all intents and purposes, the engine has solved chess for humans. There's never going to be a human who can do what it can do. So on that basis, it is solved in a soft level. Obviously not the game itself, like you'll always get a draw, but that's something I say is always like a sign of a solvable game. That's a flaw, is at the highest level, do the majority of games end in draws? And if they do, that means the game is solvable, because people are basically already doing that to the best of their ability. So like games between grandmasters in chess, the majority of them do end in draws. So that means like you know, that like you're doing it the right way. You're playing at the highest level. And so if the majority of games end in a draw, that's not what games are designed to do, right? Like maybe 5% will be draws or 1% will be draws, but it should never be 50+%, 70% of games end in draws. That shows you something's wrong with either the way you're playing, which is not true because we're talking about the highest level here, either the engines or GMs, or something's wrong with the game itself. So it doesn't mean it's a bad game or anything, but that's a flaw that you have to recognize. And I think checkers is the most complex game, quote unquote, like 5 by an exponent of 10 to the 20th, whatever, exponent. It's like 5 times 10 to the exponent of 20 is the way they measure it. Like, it's the most complex game to be solved yet, but I'm sure chess will be. Like, that'll be my guess by 2050, let's say. But yeah, as soon as Kasparov lost to Deep Blue, then from there it went off where engines are far better than people. But with Go, apparently, it's not like that. Like, it took until 2015 for them to even catch up to people, and I think still people are better. So there's something about Go that makes it where people are actually better than the engine for most of its history, and even when it caught up, I feel like it didn't surpass people, or at least it's been slower to do that. So I don't know why that is, actually. Yeah, just the fact that checkers is solved doesn't mean that, oh, it'll be easy for me or whatever, or like, is it in such a way that, oh, anybody can just win any game ever and that's it. I don't know what draughts is either. 8x8, short moves only, long moves possible, cannot capture backwards, capture choose any. Let's see, can capture backwards, what's the difference in these two? International and Brazilian. Why even separate the two based on, oh, 10x10. What is checkers? How to play checkers, board size in checkers. Yeah, see, you can always do that too. That can be a variant in any of these games. Just increase the size of the board and it should still work relatively the same way. It's not going to give one player or the other the advantage because you both have to deal with it. So, you know, what's funny is it doesn't even have a proper category on Twitch. Like, either it has the Atari one, like some Atari checkers game, or Checkers Online, I think, is also a game. So it's not like a broad category for it, which shows you it's just a dead category because everybody solved it. Like, let's maybe do a little research on it too. Gotta fully immerse ourselves. Is checkers, or like best checkers player ever? How much respect do people get? Marion Franklin Tinsley, who died in 95. Mathematician checkers player, is he considered the greatest checkers player who ever lived? It's weird to see whenever it's somebody older, like, you would think there'd be some modern players where people just give up eventually. Like, best Go player ever, right, is somebody who died a while ago too. One of the greatest Go players ever is a guy who had actually the word Go in his name, who I've forgotten now. Huh. Not like right now, but he died in 95. Greatest checkers player who ever lived. Was world champion in 55 to 8, 75 to 91, and never lost a world championship match, and only lost 7 games from 1950 until his death in 95. Holy shit. But guess what he was doing? He wasn't winning every game. He was probably drawing the majority of them, if my understanding of chess has any way to shine some light on this thing. It's amazing how many games do work like that. I guess I just never knew that, right? If you had told me that when I was a kid, like, how much chess did I really play as a kid? Like, maybe one game or 2 games a week, which I consider still to be a lot, but by the standard that people have, it's not. Of checkers, like I said, I could probably count on my hands the number of times I played it in my whole life, like maybe 5 to 10 times, if even that. I'm just saying that to be safe too. I might not have even ever really played it once or twice, but just to be allow a baby game. That's what we're gonna find out. Is it really just that simple, or how competitive is it really? Checkers, yeah, that's what everybody says, but then let's see. Checkers player salary, like, how much do people make playing checkers? Average hourly pay for a checker. Oh, it's not even about that. We don't get a category on Twitch, and we don't get a proper competitive scene. Checkers competitive players. 6 best men's checkers players of all time. The Tinsley seems to be the unanimous best decision choice. Top 6 women checkers players of all time. National checkers tournament, 17,000 prize. Like, there is still some value in it, but I don't know if it's the fact that it was solved or just the fact that people don't care about it as much. Checkers is a casual chess. I don't know if it's really that bad though by comparison. Let's see. I don't even remember how it works, or I should learn how to do it first, but let's just try. That is where it's always the butt of jokes. So you can jump over, but not if there's something behind, let's say. You wouldn't want to do that. Or wait, I thought here you can't do the long jumps, so you can only jump over one, I guess. Like, for example, here, he shouldn't be able to jump over anything, but he can jump over the fuck. Or yeah, you get these back and forth sequences, so we basically traded pawns there. I don't know what the time control is. It seemed like 3 minutes or 3 minutes 30 seconds, or for this you can't jump. You go here, it'll give him a free jump. So basically, let's just play from the back up. If he goes here, then we want to put it there to, I guess, stop him. That's what's funny too. Like, anything can seem like simple at the base level, right? Like, even chess feels like. Wait, why can't I do it though? What? What the fuck? I don't even know what I'm doing. I thought it said you can't do the long jumps though in this mode. Isn't this the American one? Well, whatever. That was a good move, apparently. Good thing it has these cheats where it tells you what the legal moves are. I don't even know why that happened. I guess you had an open space on both, but this one does have the long jumps, apparently. Can't do anything with that. You can just leave it there. Try to block my stuff up. It's fun to take these games seriously because it's like, then it takes on a whole life of its own. Because I would have never thought that way about chess either, but like, it makes it seem so simple. Oh yeah, Grandmaster level is no big deal. There's thousands of Grandmasters in the world, but it doesn't mean that you can just do that so quickly. The more I think about it though, the more I think that anybody could do it. You just have to study for like 25 years of your life, which nobody wants to do. And I'm too late to the party because if I really wanted to do it, I would have pursued it when I was young. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, oh, I thought I played the game a lot. How much did I play it? Like 1 or 2 games a week on average. Like, maybe, you know, some days I'd play a lot more. Some days I wouldn't play at all. But like, so from like, let's say the age of 5 to the age of 12, I would play like 1 to 2 games of chess a day. That's it. But you can cut them off all the way. So this guy's really bad. And you get like a special queen piece, which I don't even know what that does. I don't know what it is. I guess we'll just leave it there. Yeah, I genuinely don't even know the rules or how anything works. Almost my style is more defensive minded. With big surprise there. Just don't let him do jumps himself and you'll be fine. Herself. So here you have this jump opportunity. So he's kind of trapped this guy in there in such a way that is not good for me. That was a good move. You can let him have that particular jump, but let's just not do anything else. I don't know what that is. Like, there's no special value that I see in it. You wouldn't be able to jump like that. But wait, why is he not doing it? You can do some crazy combo, just one-shot my whole board. Yeah, I never thought I'd be doing stuff like this, but I guess it's worth doing like one. It's not like I'll do a whole series on it, or maybe I will. I can't believe how old some of these best players ever are, though. Like, you would assume with the natural... you know what? I don't even see my own time, as much as I'm derping around. So I don't know what this is. Like, what do I do about that? This was a bad position to put it in. The fuck? I can't move. Oh, you can't move backwards, first of all. You could probably cut through and take this, if my understanding is correct. Then we could take it back. But this, whatever I did here was a very bad move because I shouldn't have let him... I I shouldn't have let him get there, but he's not doing anything with it. Like, none of these can be moved, or anything that I do move. It's almost like you'd want to put this on the back rank, but I guess you can't. So a lot of it is you're going to lose to the fact that you have to move, which is very stupid. Like, just get rid of the stupid red one. It seems like it would be so easy to get rid of it, but it's not. Are we going to still somehow lose? We got off to a great start, actually, but... Look how you're just letting me take everything. Why would you do that? I don't actually know what these are. It's just like an extra... It seems to work the same way as a regular piece, or I guess the fact that it can take backwards, though, is pretty valuable. Like, it's taking from this end to the other. Right, which nothing else could do. This is trapped in there. If I go here, you could still do it, or you kind of can't do it because of the position of these. So if I do this, you can't do anything there. This seems like a good move, actually. Yeah, that is interesting to think about, actually. Why is checkers shat on so much? Because no matter how simple you think it is, okay, then are you as good as that Tinsley guy, or are you as good as the top players? Like, I don't know. It just seems... What would be the best thing? We could do this. Oh, no, but you can't take backwards. Fuck. I mean, I'm kind of giving them the opportunity to take, but these will just provide you, like, more stuff so you don't lose, too, obviously. But not really, because you would be taking with that anyway. I swear it said there's no long takes in this mode, but... It actually makes it super easy that you get to see that, because this is the kind of game where the legal moves make it way too much of a joke, right? If you couldn't see that, you actually have to use your brain a little bit. Yeah, look, I'm destroying people in this, and you have no excuse against me because I'm such a newbie. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Go was kind of beginner unfriendly, but not really. It's hard to play these games when you're when you're first starting out. It's amazing that you can't just go in and play against people as bad as you, who are as new as you, who have no idea what they're doing. Because even at the low rating, it's going to be people who study the game all day and try hard and everything. So I don't know what it does. Let's learn from him or her what it does. Yeah, they copied chess. Look at the crown. Or let's actually look up some of the history of it. When did it start? When did it... Okay, dude. Or it gives you kind of just a bigger overall goal, right? I should win because of this. Or are we going to get some kind of stupid threefold repetition? Yeah, like, how would I win now? Because you could just kind of dick around. I guess I could do that. Or no, I can't, obviously. I can start to move these and try to take that... Oh, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, how does this piece work? I have no idea. Right now, you're just kind of offering everything up to me. Proposed draw, everybody's favorite thing to do. You won, you capture all the opponent's pieces loading. Okay. Loading what? How much rating do I get? Let's see how far we can get without losing a single game. When did checkers originate? I kind of have been doing these because I have less time. Like, Saturday's supposed to be a super long stream where I play something I haven't played before ever. So I have a list of literally like 1,500 plus games that are on there that are just like things that people have suggested for me to try or that I want to try. So Go was on there. This was on there. Obviously, a lot of normal games are on there, just like actual Frostpunk and this and that. The current game was invented in Germany in 1892 under the Stern Halma as a variation for the older American game Halma. Stern, German for star, refers to the board's star shape. It can be played by 2, 3, 4, or 6 people playing individually or with partners. Is checkers a career? A sport? Yeah, that was the funny little thing we had the other day. We talked about, like, the reason why ESPN was so pissed about putting poker on back in the day. We had this conversation too. Wasn't because, gambling is bad or whatever, like, well, oh, people are getting pissed at Kick or something for that. No, it's the fact that people were debating whether it's a sport or not. Like, you can't show chess on ESPN or card games or League of Legends because those aren't really sports. Checkers careers, and you get an actual job, not like this. As if chess should be considered one either. I don't know what it's loading, but look how we destroyed that person instinctively. That's almost how it should be, right? Like, what happened to our rating? We didn't get rating. What the fuck? Wait a second. What happened? Did that not count? That should have been like a rated game. Give me some provisional boost. Or it's not even showing me like my history and stuff. I don't know if this is the best site really to do it on, but take part in checkers tournaments. But yeah, what are these titles too? Natalia Sadowaska. The Portal Checkers Online is the best place to meet checkers route and route masters, take part in checkers tournaments, and win satisfying prizes. How to play checkers like a master. Yeah, that's actually hilarious. All these people who talk trash about the game, okay, then try to beat this guy. Like, that takes you 20 years of your life probably to get to that point, right? It's never that simple. I actually love that. I'm sticking up for the game that I've always heard so much trash about. You're playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers, which means you're smarter and better than them, except you're not. Checkers World's Drought Championship. So let me read the thing again. Like, what is the format that I was just looking at? Capture, choose any. Cannot capture backwards. Short moves only. So, okay, I get it. When you zip the piece from the middle of the board all the way to the fucking edge of the board, that's a short move, right? So I guess the long move must mean you're going literally from one edge of the board to the other, because I don't know how those were short moves. I don't know what that means. Cannot capture backwards, which is true, I guess. It's just, it lets you... Oh, it's talking about only the queen, I guess. My bad. I don't know what he did with it, though. I don't get it. It's basically the same thing. It just moves the other way. So, like, it almost felt like they could drag it out for a super long time, because they could have just hugged the edge of the board and I wouldn't have been able to capture. I don't know exactly how the meta of that works. So why didn't I gain rating or something for that? I think it just bugged out because it said it was loading. I really want to inflate my elo here. All right, we'll try this. Yeah, next week we'll do Battleship and then we'll do Monopoly. Like, Jesus Christ. So you go here. You can't capture anything. And you don't want to make a move like this. Let's just move up slowly. Yeah, this is my reward for opening back up my chess.com account. Like, I get to play all these random fucking board games. Even though it really has nothing to do with it. It's just like... when you finally take something like this... Wait, why can't I do anything? Oh, if there's a capture, you have to capture? And that's actually such a favorable one, too. So if you go here, he could take from the one direction. I'm assuming these are real people, but it's not. Go coordinates, play sounds, highlight legal move. I think the legal moves almost make it too easy, but especially for those long takes. Now, how is he ever going to take this one? He just can't. That's the thing. I don't really understand how the edge of the board metric works, right? Like, what do you do with the piece on the edge of the board? You don't want to move up. It is one of those things where you'll lose often to the rule where you have to move a piece. Like, you would almost just rather not move a lot of the time. So if he moves up here, I can take. He moves up here, I can take. You're just letting me take. You can take back, but then I can take back. I love those crazy takes where you take like 5 things in one shot. Yeah, I don't understand what this piece is about or how you're meant to deal with that. I would be able to take, but he wouldn't be able to take necessarily. He takes again. Okay, that's not acceptable. Let's see, where do I want to go with this? He goes up, I could take. He goes up, I could take. It works for everything too. Hikaru's catchphrase of just take, more euphemized than saying like kill a piece or something. Okay, we can do this and we have the protection of this, but whether that's really worth doing or not, I can't say for sure. Wait, why is it? Yeah, what is this edge of the board nonsense? Yeah, I like this kind of structure. It's hard to kind of break through. Putting sort of two pieces back to back is very good. So he gives me a free take. I'm literally cheating by having the legal moves on. Okay. So this goes here. We have a decent structure. Anything he moves up, I can just jump over. So the ones at the edge of the board, I guess I'll just leave. And I like leaving the queen too, because how's he going to take it? Right, like just save it for the very end if you really need it. 7-3. Look, I'm going to be destroying. I'm going to be the best checkers player ever because it's just that simple of a game. This is actually rare though. See, this is normally what I like in terms of you should be able to play a game at a low level for the first time and still do well just on your instinctive innate capabilities. But that didn't happen in Shogi. It didn't happen in Go. It didn't really even happen in chess in this modern iteration of it, of me playing it, just because somehow people are just so try hard. But when I was younger, at least, so yeah, I'm stuck between those two questions. Like, was I just that much of a prodigy and an innate genius at chess when I was younger that I would beat pretty much everyone I would play, or was it a case where people were just bad? But see, that's not even fair to say, because if people are bad, then what ends up happening is you won, opponent does not have a move, but then it loads forever and it never gives me that juicy elo. What was I saying? Was it that, you know, you say, oh, well, people were just bad, but who was I? I was just some random kid who's never studied, who never knew opening theory. I still don't know opening theory. I didn't study. I didn't play that much. So that's what I like to see, right? It's a level playing field. So it's like we're almost playing two different games when people act like on a professional level. Like, okay, study as much as you want and then see how good you can get. You're not going to be Magnus, but, you know, you should be something. 22, 24, be a title player. That's just why I've always had the respect for it. Even if I'm not good, you know, you can still say that. Like, certain 2000 or 2000 sub 2000 FIDE players who will go unnamed this time around just to avoid whatever kind of drama it causes when you say it. The point is that doesn't represent it very well. So I hate when people cop out like that. Oh, you're just jealous of them. That's why you say it. But why would I be jealous of a 2000 FIDE player rather than like Hikaru or somebody, right? He's worth being jealous of, not because, oh, he's a Twitch streamer, but because he's one of the best players in the world. Okay, fair enough. But it doesn't matter how good you are to say that. That's sort of the fallacy I always talk about. Like, people will make the argument about something like that. Like, I can criticize Dwight Howard for saying, oh, he was lazy and he had a bad work ethic, like in basketball. And then people will say, oh, well, who are you? You're not a basketball player, so how can you say that? He's better than you. But that wasn't the argument. You weren't saying you're better. You're just comparing him to, let's say, the work ethic of other people, like, oh, Kobe or somebody. Let's see, go with this. This is pretty fun, but let me actually get some elo. What's going on with this? Play online with no limits. It just can't even measure how great I am, so it has to just do that. Hackers online, elo broken. Why doesn't elo work here? Mech Warrior Online. Elo settings don't work. Oh shit, Le Chess. There's always this Libre stuff. This is the Le Droughts. Look at this. I love this fucking whole format. They had this for Le Shogi. It's such a slick thing. This is the best shogi site, but nobody actually uses it. I don't know what this is. It's like a free source, open source template thing, like Libre, but that is awesome to see. Why am I not gaining stuff? Lessons magazine, play online, but it's not saying to improve user experience. We use tools that may discover and track errors during online games. King. When an uncrowned, I keep calling it the queen. When an uncrowned piece reaches the king row, it turns into a king. In American checkers, a king moves only one square, but unlike regular pieces, it can move. A king can move and capture backwards too, but it can't capture backwards. You got to think of it like it becomes a new piece at the edge of the board, so it's actually moving forward. It's just, you know, it gets to move in a different direction. That's all. And then what if it gets to the edge of the board again on the other side? Then International Drowsy King is a very powerful figure. Why? Because the crowned man becomes a so-called flying king. It means the king can move any distance along diagonals. Yeah, see, that seems kind of too busted, though. Sort of the minimalism that I like so much about Chaturanga. Sometimes that's better. The queen in chess is too strong, so it ruins the game. I'm gonna have to play it on mobile to actually get the proper ELO thing. Is there like a forum here? Like, why can't we get the satisfaction? It's actually kind of important. I want to see how far I can get. You just cost me 2 games for nothing. ELO your personal checkers rating. Like, I know I'm bad, but I'm not that bad, dude. Checkers online rating system. Online, offline app ranking store data. Internet checkers rating system. Oh, I never found out what that title actually meant. Come on, there must be a way to do it. This should be rated. Like, why wouldn't it be? Fuck. It doesn't even tell you, really. Pretty fast-paced games, too. Okay, here we go. Just go like this. You want to bait the move that's going to allow me to take. That allows him to potentially take, but not really. A lot of the strategy just comes down to blocking the back rank or behind a piece with another like this. You couldn't possibly take anything here. You can kind of abuse the corners a bit. Well, the notation here is kind of weird. So it just goes like every dark square is just the next number. So I guess the white squares people don't even care about because they're just there to take up space. That is weird, yeah, how half the board just goes unused the whole time. You go here, doesn't really matter. What could I do? That won't just let me get captured. This is where you sort of move to the edge of the board just to not allow that to happen. That's basically the equivalent of passing a move. He'll come up to here, but then I can just go right in his face because he can't take. And I'm able to take. See, I would keep missing those if you had the option not to do it. But that just must be a rule, period, right? Like if you have a take available, you have to take it, no matter what. Can't take there. We can move this guy all along the way. Some of this is just like you're stalling out moves because you don't want to do something that's gonna destroy you. I like this version probably better than the other ones. I can just tell because it does have that simplicity to it. Like, you know, you're not flying around the board like crazy. So here he would just take. There he can't take. This he could take and become a queen. So your only logical move might actually be this. Or I guess you could have moved 17 to the edge of the board there. Now these two move together. Wait. Oh, I keep forgetting the whole backward stuff. Yeah, not being able to take backwards is good. Not being able to fly with the thing, with the king is good. All these different mechanics that are just sort of more minimalistic to a game that's already ridiculed for being so simple and stuff. Isobel from Great Britain. So here he's just going to be able to make the queen, which for all intents and purposes you would be blocking out because you won't be able to do anything with it. But if it was like the other kind, you would be able to just do whatever you want. Pretty even match. This might actually strike a certain nerve because it seems like, at least at the low level, people don't try hard it. Right? Like, we would be seeing opening theory gods if this was chess or something, because everybody wants to show off how good they are, because that's really important, right? At the low level, that's where I'm always like very, like, you could say fake elitist, because like even stuff I'm not good at, I hold it to a high standard. Like, either you're a professional player in something or you suck. That's it. Those are the only two options. There's no in between where it's like, oh, you're a certain high rank, like in League of Legends or something, and wow, it's so good. He might win by some promotion shenanigans. Like, I don't know why he hasn't already just done it. If you go here, he could just take. That's not right. This should be a bigger category on Twitch. Like what? People just don't respect this game at all or don't like it? That is a very good move because I can't do anything. I have to just give it up. Fuck. Actual decent opponent. I wouldn't mind losing that rating that I worked so hard for, but if you move this, you take with this. If you move this, you take. I'm in a position where anything I move, I get taken, so I'm getting ruined here. So you should always try to set it up to whatever he takes, I would be able to take back. But there is no such scenario, I guess. Damn it. You would take, I wouldn't be able to take. The fuck? He certainly has some promotion opportunities. 3 to 5. It will be hard to come back from this. Or at the very least, you could try to do a draw. Yeah, look at this. Solved game, but in 3 matches, we haven't seen a single draw yet. So that's good, at least. Take. I can't take. But you also can't take either. So now that opens up to take here. He's being very hesitant to do this promotion thing, which I don't really know why. Like, why would it be a bad thing to do that? You don't want to just let him take, obviously. But you could go here and you're still threatening the take. And if I don't do it, then you can also force me to give it up. Or I guess not. I can hide between his 2 pieces here. We should move this first and then move this. And then I'm forced to give it up. Fuck. Wait, you can go like no, you can't. You can go like this, and then we're threatening our own promotion, but we're probably going to lose this. So awesome. It has a rating system where it shows you 800, but it wants to just keep you hard stuck there and never let you have a chance to promote. What did he even do? That's cool, but what does it do? Person's actually pretty good. Damn it. They waited for just the clutch right time, I guess, to promote. Now you have great monopoly over the ability to take these, but they have too many promotions in their back pocket here, so I don't know what to do. You could actually just keep going and I wouldn't be able to take it. I would take, but then you would take back. And I'm forced to, of course. But if you go here, then you go here, then you're blocked out, then you can promote again. Good match, I gotta give you credit. They were holding those in their back pocket. That was their ace in the hole in case something went wrong. They would have like a million promotions, which is good positional play in the first place. That's cute to do, but it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, how do you deal with the stuff on the edge of the board? I guess you'll just be forced to move it eventually because of the simple fact that you can kind of rope this into here. Like, damn, look how imposing this is. You got 4 queens. Go here. If I go here, you wouldn't be able to take. Imagine if I come back and win this, so that'd be insane, but it seems almost impossible. Even if you do a 1-for-1 trade with some of these, you just can't do anything. Wait, why couldn't I just take here, though? Or I'm going the wrong way. It feels like you could be really annoying with some of these and just leave them around, but you'll run out of moves is kind of the thing. That's what this whole forward marching aspect is about. But he does reach an end point where he can't do anything more. Or no, he can move both ways. We have 2 queens versus 4 queens, but just too much material in general. This you wouldn't be able to take me, right? Because you're going the other way. So then I could do this and then still promote. Yeah, what do you do about this fucker over here? Gonna be interesting, dude. I like this game, actually. Oh, fuck. I don't have any time though. Oh, don't let it end like that. How do you pre-move? How do you pre-move? Oh, this was such a good game. I don't even care if I lose, but let's get it to a proper conclusion. Ah, the stupid time. Gotta do 30-minute classical checkers games, where it gives you like a little increment, I guess, back. You can't go up like this. At some point, I'm just gonna run out of moves that I can do. 4, 6, it gives you like a +2 increment, I guess. 8 to 5. Like, at what point is there a draw? Is there threefold repetition? Is there some kind of is there some kind of other criteria? Like, I don't even know. You could go here, you could try to take, but he would just take back, which I can't afford to happen. Shit. Fuck. You lost, you've exceeded the time limit. And before the ELO thing works here, though, instead. That's the only thing I don't like about this site. It seems like a good website, but check out her channel on Twitch. There's no, like, talk about it either, I guess, because it's such an unpopular game, period. Or do you have to, like, maybe oh, no, it does tell you. Oh, of course, it won't do it when I'm winning, although it still is giving me credit. I guess it just takes a while to, Yeah, I'm actually roused by this experience to say that checkers is actually pretty good. Why does everybody shit all over it so much? Although both are played on a board with 64 squares, the rules of checkers are easier to learn, and the objective straightforward. Take all your opponent's pieces. Yeah, do that in chess though too. Take all your opponent's pieces. I mean, obviously, besides the king. On the other hand, is more complex. Man, see, this is a fallacy moment. Just because it is theoretically, like, that's a stupid thing to say though. Because on a base level, it's like, okay, if it's so simple, then become the best checkers player in the world. It'll still take forever to do. That's like using a high level argument, right? Yes, at the highest level, chess is more complex than checkers, but at a low to moderate level, they're both pretty complex still. So that's kind of a stupid generalization to make, actually. Unless there's something I'm missing where, like, oh, you can just guarantee a draw every time or something, as if that doesn't happen in chess anyway. 22 is a new game, same board. Although the path to outperformance 2022, what is it talking about? Chief difference lies in the fact that the latter, the primary objective is to get all of your opponent's pieces. Target is to check the rival king. Is checkers just simple check? Checkers is not a simple game because of fewer alternative moves requires greater depth of calculation, if not breadth. Like chess, it requires one to balance space acquisition against compactness. I mean, I'm not going to say it's more complex, but one of these flame war type moments. That was actually a good, legitimate win by them, except for the stupid time factor. There is some sort of increment going on. I don't even know exactly how it works, but let's get to 1500 on here, or we will be bullying lower rated players. 500 rated, dude. 500. Like, how is that fair? But I guess it's the best they have. You can't do this. Go like this. I mean, look, dude, I'm literally top 5,000 in classical chess in the world, on the chess at least. So you don't get to fucking have any sort of stake in this. Like, I can destroy people at this simpler game, this easy, objectively solvable game, I guess, apparently. This is what I mean, that this is how stupid people are. Like, when chess is solved in, like, 2050, like I said, people say, oh, ha, ha, chess is easy, it's solved. That means the game sucks, even though you could play for 1,000,000 years and you would never personally be able to solve it. Just like no person can do that. But, you know, just because an engine can do it doesn't mean anything. Look how long it still took to solve, quote-unquote, checkers, and even that's only inclined for a draw. You go here, so he can't take. Definitely can't lose. Let's try to farm some ELO rating. Should have gone undefeated, though, the whole time. So I'm threatening to take. If you move, I can still take. You can still take back, though. And you can still take back even there. If you go here, it's no good. If you go here, it's fine. If you come there, I can take. If you come there, I can take. You can take back. I can't take back. At some point, you do start to run out of moves, but in a way, I kind of like that because it forces you to constantly, you know, make something happen. You can't play too defensively. Chess actually can be super annoying for that fact. Like, you'll spend 50 moves and basically just do nothing, just moving stuff back and forth and doing dumb stuff, which you can do here to an extent, but it almost forces you not to because you're always moving forward. You're doing good on time. I mean, yeah, and I thought my matchmaking was bad, like on the chess, where you fight somebody 100 above you or below you. We're talking literally 500, dude. Is the site really that dead? Or I guess the game is dead overall more than anything. Yes, yeah, this is like me playing Guncraft. Play a dead game and you can bully people, but who am I, right? That's what I always say. Like, it's not like I'm an expert or something. That is the most authentic, enjoyable moment in most games for me. The first time you play it, because there's no preconceived notion. Anybody can study anything and obviously have an advantage because of it. So now you take this one, but I take this one, but you take this one, but I take this one. And I think you're forced to. Or I forgot how that worked. You can still take, but that was a pretty good take. Yeah, I'm leaning on the thing a little bit too much. The idea of the legal moves, that's almost unfair. I mean, if it is the only legal move, then so be it, but I didn't even just see it there. So you take here, I take back. It's almost suited for the time format, though, because they are over so quick. You get to an outcome, at least reliably. Why does this seem less solvable than chess, even though it already is solved, because there's less bullshit to waste time and piss you off? Okay, come on, hurry up. Yeah, that's insulting. There should at least be a category for it on Twitch, but it doesn't seem like there's much interest in playing it. You're telling me more people play PvZ Heroes than this? Or whatever other random mobile card games? Marvel Snap? Yeah, you can never... Oh, shit. Well, that's an impressive move, but it's like, oh, wow, it was the only legal move. So what did you expect to happen? Yeah, good luck doing this with 10 seconds left, though. Okay, fine. Or will it still be a draw? Because we have... No, that should be fair, though. Like, even material taken. So he actually recovered pretty well with that. Plus 4... Wait, plus 4... Well, I guess it's fine because it's such a lopsided matchup, but... Then if I lost, it would have taken away like 100 plus. Yeah, fuck it. I'll start playing this one on my chess days instead. Which, of course, I won't, but I wanted, like, one day in the week to be like that. Like, Tuesday could be my normal day of chess, and then Wednesday could be, like, a random board game. One week it'll be Monopoly, or, you know, just some kind of other ancillary game that isn't, I don't know. It sort of just fits in its own category. Just try to avoid the takes for the beginning. You could push this up to here. This whole sideboarding is garbage. I haven't been this annoyed by sideboarding since playing card games because I never like to use that mechanic. It feels cheap. Like where you get to add cards or change cards from outside your deck in the middle of a draft match or whatever the case may be. This seems like pretty even trade stuff, but I can't say whether that's good or not. I guess it still evens out, but... Go here. That is kind of a good accountability test for as much as people talk shit about it. Okay, then try me, dude. Not even like, oh, I'm good, but, you know, like, just try the game itself. You'll get destroyed by these people. It would still take years to study this and actually become very good at it, too. I guess that's kind of a good indication of how complicated it is, though. Like, how long does it take to solve and so forth? That would mean that Go is more complicated than either one, because you know, like, okay, checkers is the simplest and chess is moderate, but shogi and go could be more complicated than either one. So he's going to be forced to move something for a take, or he'll move the stuff in the back. I guess my stuff is too congested and blocking each other, so there is going to be a bit of a problem with this upward mobility here. Well, if we're farming 500s all day, then so be it, but I can just start and I'm already better than these people, so how does that feel? Literally, I come out of the womb and I'm a 1038, so how does that make you feel? That you would ever be 500 rated in your life? I'm just innately better at the game than you. How about that? The thing that you can never say in chess, because everybody always studies their life away. So I can't do anything here. Or I can do this. Weirdest flex ever, but very much okay. What the fuck? Well, I'm talking trash, but okay, I can recover. Just I don't even know what happened actually. Yeah, short moves only, by the way, haha. But that's once you become a queen or whatever, a king. That was a good move. I mean, if you move back, it can be hard to deal with. I can't really stop that from promoting. Be difficult. So you go here, you go here. You always just need the protection of another one. But then if he doesn't move it, okay, so let him have the promote. But I'll kind of, oh fuck. Why did I think that would be safe? I should have come behind and then done it or something. Maybe I couldn't have done it, because now I won't even still be able to. I won't even still be able to take. He's gonna have like a triple scenario where he can take. Oh wow, I was talking such mad shit. Talk trash, get punished. Checkers edition. You gotta play dominoes next. Virtual dominoes. Part 2. We need a Half-Life 2. We need Gaben on the phone to make the adequate physics to replicate that. Getting too overconfident again. That's what held me back in chess for so long, actually. I keep thinking I'm better than I am, and even though I am better than most people, it doesn't matter. You still have to produce results. So this would be a good take. He can certainly move. I won't be able to move any further then. We'd come here and he wouldn't be able to take. Watch the epic comeback, although I'm getting nervous about these promotions. Okay, we can certainly take. We promote ourselves. 3 to 5. That was just a free take. So you can't take anything here. If you come there, I could take. If you come there, it would be very nerve-wracking for me, to be sure. I go here, I go there, but the act of going here would not allow you to take. I keep thinking everything can take backwards for some reason. You go like this, and you can't take. Hona has disconnected. Why would you rage quit when you're beating somebody twice your rating? He's just intimidated. He knows I'm just playing around with him. He's very low on time too. That's the one clutch thing, but I shouldn't be down material to him. -2. What are these even called? In Go, they're called like stones or rocks or something stupid. Probably because that's what they actually used to play with originally. 5 seconds, so he's gonna lose on time, which is unfair, but hey. I'm something of a speed demon, right? You just know that from chess. I'm literally getting 4 elo per game. And see, that's what you should measure the quality of a game by. Like, oh, it's fun because you're winning, because everybody sucks, or because the matchmaking is broken. Not based on the inherent quality of the game or lack thereof. But that's always my objectivity. Like, how do I like chess when I suck so bad at it? $536. Why is everybody 500? Everybody's hard stuck. Okay, let's just not mess up with some long take like we allowed him to have. You can't leave any opening like that. So it was this exact sequence, kind of. Like maybe an opening trap, beginner's trap. You go here, you can't take. Anything you move up, you can take. See, like this would be a bad take. You would take, and then I would come in, and so you won't be able to take. What the fuck? Or no, wait, that still equalizes. Okay, if you move up, I can take. If you move up, take. Let's kind of anchor these along. Go like this. Go like actually, see, somewhere here I'm going to run out of moves that I can actually do. I guess that kind of helps me. I still have kind of that piece congestion problem where I'll sort of put stuff in a, you know, like it's too restrained, but I guess it's okay. Like his stuff is much more spread out, which I can't say whether that's really good or not. In a way, I kind of like it when it's not spread out because, you know, they kind of block the ability to take. But now I might not have a choice but to let him take. So he would take, I would take, he would take, I would still take. Or he'll just take everything and go here, even though you shouldn't be able to do that. I don't know what happened in the last game. What the fuck? So I guess you can do that. Okay, I don't even know. We'll flag him, I guess. Okay, so you can't leave it exposed like that. Oh, that mechanic almost shouldn't exist. You should only be able to jump over one thing like that. He's going for the promotions, which arguably aren't even that good here, which I kind of like. Right? They have their limits at least. You wouldn't be able to take, but I would be able to take. And then you still wouldn't even be able to take back. Like it's set up for my own promotion. We captured one piece back. He's playing pretty fast though, and you do have the increment to abuse, no question about it. You're threatening to take, so I have no choice but to move. We'd come here and fork them. An actual checkers fork, first one that we've seen. Why didn't you do it? You can try to get these on the path to promotion. He's kind of chasing it in a very, very daring way here. Now if you go, I take. Or we can just keep going with it. We're evading this to the best of my ability, but at some point I might not be able to evade it anymore. You come like this, and he would be able to take. So at some point, he takes. I wouldn't be able to take back, so I'm not actually sure what to do there. Ah, what the fuck? I'll try to eat up some of these. I don't really know. Keeps going. I keep going. Now, isn't this a fork? Or it would be, but you can't take there, so. Keeps going. Can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. You're going to chase him all the way to the edge of the board, and I guess it's just not going to do anything for me. Not really worth it at all, but wow, I got destroyed here, and the time won't save me. Why are you 500 rated though? I don't know what's going on. Like, why is nobody closer to me? Or now I'll lose a ton for this, and then somehow come there. I could easily take. I kind of need some queens to fight back against this, I guess, but we have those double attacking. We can try to get all the way here. We won't be able to catch up to it, but somehow can we squeeze a draw out of this maybe? Or he'll choke and let me take like multiple. This is actually kind of hard to deal with, but the problem is I'm going to be forced to move one eventually just because of the nature of this. So you can try to squeeze out of here. He can't come too close. Or he'll try to like that maybe. But I just can't really do anything, and this one's kind of dumb. Yeah, this is going to be pretty easy probably to capture in there. I come like this, you just take. Okay, at least he's letting me advance. It's sort of in a line. You come like this, but you can't take anything if you do that. Okay, so I keep messing up that thing at the beginning where I just am able to... Let's move this one out from the side somehow. I don't know why that's helpful, but... And we'll try to eat it up, but I won't be able to. Losing to an actual 500. So how... I shouldn't lose that. No, I should actually lose a lot for it. Well, at least don't go below 1,000, or you have to do it your account, even though you start at 800. But once you get past the provisional thing, for the first few games, it didn't give me very good feedback on what I was getting out of it. You are forced to do it. Yeah, let's just pass the move. How about that? I kind of like how you can't dick around that way too much. You just kind of force an outcome a lot of the time. You messed up a lot at the beginning. Minus 36. Okay. That was a little bit disappointing, actually. I'm surprised. One of my favorite songs ever in anything. Okay, 1034. Ugh. What do I keep doing so wrong? You got to leave stuff at the edge of the board so you can't capture all the way. Let's say. Right, so don't let them get a big line like that. Or even if you do... I kind of like moving the stuff out the back, though. At least some of it. So, like, for example, this you can threaten to take. You wouldn't be able to take back. What does he really do about that? Okay, fine. Can't take, can't take. You wouldn't be able to take this either, so it's fine. Then you can kind of work this one up too. But again, that leaves this exposed. But at what point is he really going to be able to do that is the question. I guess you could just put something here and then I can't do anything, right? I can't move that. But wait. I don't get it because... You could actually do a move like this, no? Can't take, he can't take. If you move this, you take everything. If you move this, he can take to here, and then I won't be able to necessarily take back. If I go here, you could take, I could take, you can't take. You could take, I could take, you can't take. So let's try that. Why shouldn't that be okay? No, but you take to the edge of the board. Wait, what? What happened? What the fuck? They should have a backlog thing where you can at least see. It sort of inflates how good you are at seeing this stuff because it's, first of all, the only legal thing, but second of all, damn it. Second of all, the fact that, you know, the legal moves are shown to you and you're sort of forced to do them. You can't really do anything with this. You can't really do anything with this. So in a way, this queen is kind of in a bad spot, right? Where it's just trapped. And so we'll leave those two there. You can't do anything with this. So it's possible you could put all your stuff in such an annoying spot where it's all around the edge of the board that you'll never be able to take it in any capacity. You might lose a couple things just by attrition if he's forced to move, but it doesn't really seem like that's actually the case. Can't take, or you'll somehow be able to take, right? Sometimes I don't know how much you can do that. You should be able to do it. Can't do this because then he'll just take. There you would take. There you can't take. They keep getting these massive takes at the beginning, which means I probably shouldn't split at the bottom so much. Like, you want to keep stuff there just to secure the ability to jump over. This can't move. This can't move. I would take. He would take. He wouldn't be able to take. Minute 50, but I'm -4, which is pretty shocking. Oh, okay. Yeah, I almost made the wrong take. That was a disastrous move, but maybe he didn't have a choice. But actually, probably whatever else he did couldn't have been worse than that. So we eat this whole thing. Oh, wow. Look at this. What an epic clutch comeback, but with still even material. So you go here. You take this. He still can't take anything, so he's completely throwing the game. So this one he'd be able to take, except he wouldn't be able to take. You go here, and then you can take either way with this, I'm pretty sure. Although I almost have never done it. Wait. Okay, you can't do anything with that. All chess players be like, take, he takes. Honestly, I never used to say that back in the day. I don't know what I would say. Probably like kill or something more violent, and then Hikaru comes in with the euphemized version, which is take. So we can keep going here. He kind of gave it back to me a lot. He won't be able to take on the edge of the board there. Yeah, I'll definitely give Hikaru credit for starting that. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to do here. You can try to eat these up, but you really can't. There is a point where you just can't do anything at all. Like all three of these are invincible. You can never take any of them. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? He'll basically just be forced to move them into some harm's way. You won't be able to take this. You won't be able to take those three. This is good, but I don't want to really do anything with it yet. Or in terms of moving stuff back and forth, you could do that with the queen. Like, I could just keep doing that. Let's try to promote more. So basically, if I take these two, I win, because he can't do anything seemingly about the rest of it. But I just need sort of empty moves to actually be able to move stuff. Here. What might he go after? He might go after this one, but you can't get to it. You'd have to go here, then there. It's very hard to get in there. It's basically like if chess only had pawns, but not necessarily in a bad way either. Damn, what a comeback though. Actually, I thought I was going to lose that. Kind of choked it away. Although I shouldn't speak too soon. You're going to get threefold repetition. So somehow we have to box these in and force a take on one of them. Or I could try to promote even more, but I kind of like the structure that we have here. So if you just kind of pass a turn, then if this is really what he's doing, then I go there, and then he's forced to... Wait. He'll come there, but then I won't be able to take, and he would theoretically be able to take, so I have to... Okay. Kind of a weird spot to be in. Like, I don't know how this game is going to play out. It feels like this could go on forever. This is one of the rare cases where the king kind of ruins the game, I guess, in the sense that you're supposed to lose to the rule where you're forced to move. So if you could just get rid of one or either one of these, you'd be fine. So how do I do it? If you go here, then he can't come up like that. And then if you go there, then it doesn't matter. He still can't do anything. At some point, I'm going to have to like force him to just take and deal with it. And that'll somehow benefit me. Otherwise, this will actually go on forever. See, like, he goes there, and then I can't do anything. What kind of stupid shit is that? But, if I do that, then you do this. Then he's forced to move something. But that might just be the same thing over again. Or he'll take... Wait. I don't know what this is. What the fuck? I guess I could just use more queens. I'll just promote everything. So you can't do that, otherwise he would have already done it, right? I don't get sometimes why, oh, just the fact that it can't take long, but actually it has done that before, so I don't even understand. He's kind of fiending for a threefold repetition, I guess. He's got to cover every square that he could potentially go to. I don't really understand. So now you're wait, what? Now you're boxed in such a way that you might have to give something up finally? Like, I don't even get it. You take there. You're going to come in like this, and then you're going to be forced to give something up. I hope you could take this way, but you can't. You go here. Now if he comes down, I still can't take. So what is the point of this game, dude? Okay, take there. He's feeling pressure to move this other stuff. But again, why couldn't you just keep doing this? I don't understand. You could come there and then box him in, I guess, so he won't be able to move it at all. He moves there. Wait, that's bad because I just gave him the take. What an epic, legendary 1000 rank game this is. Okay. But that was still worth it because of how annoying I guess that thing was being. He only has 2 things left, so how could you possibly lose this now? If you move this, I take. You just have to promote all these and box them in, I guess. You won't be able to do anything here, so just go patiently and do it. I don't fully understand the concept of how you're supposed to do that, because it seemed like he could just keep moving back and forth forever. I'm not even over promoting to BM, the karma for which is a stalemate, which there isn't even in this game. Wait, go here. All you would have to do is effectively trade it. There's nothing that he can even take. That's the beauty of it. Should be able to let you pre-move here. Okay, so you take there. Good. I don't know what kind of stalemate or draw or slow pace rules there are in this game. We'll do all queens and maybe we'll draw because of that. You're not allowed to only have queens on the board. 4v1, 5v1. Why does he keep doing that? Like where it doesn't show that I can do anything. Yeah, what do you hope to accomplish here? Aside from possibly flagging me. Propose to draw. Hilarious, dude. Good one. They have almost as good a sense of humor as chess players. Okay, 4 seconds left. Just box him in such a way that he can't go anywhere without guaranteeing a trade. You go there. Okay, he goes there. It's fine. Or I'm letting him take. Shit. Alright, fine. So I have 4 to take out 1. Like, how could I possibly mess this up? It's 4 seconds left. Okay, this is kind of irritating, but I like the pace of these games, though. Somehow, like, a lot is happening. You're getting to a proper conclusion, which is weird because you would think draws would be more common. But again, at the low level, it's hard to judge that. So there is no like 50 turn rule or something that seems to end the game in before it happens right now. You come there and then he wouldn't be able to do anything, let's say. But hugging around the edge of the board is very irritating. That's why like the compelled trade thing works. Like you come here and then like, okay, let him take and then I take, right? Because he's forced to take. Or you should at least be forced to take, right? What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what that is. It's a little bit more confusing when there's that much empty space on the board. Okay, dude, okay. I'll still flag you. Somehow. 8 seconds, like what? This will just go on forever then? So stupid. Why wouldn't it just do a draw after a certain number of moves? Stupid increment ruins it, even though I kind of like it. Yeah, shouldn't this just be like draw by insufficient material? Like, what is the point? So stupid. Wait for him to have to go to the bathroom or something. My patience is eternal. Or like I'll somehow box him in a corner, but I gotta analyze some of these games to understand like what these big takes are. Like I kind of understand, but I don't know how I'm missing them as it's happening. If he comes there, I could take, so we kind of are boxing him in a little bit. Like if you go there, I take, so, or wait, I think he actually just lost. If he goes there, I take. If he goes there, I take. So how was I able to box him in with one when I couldn't do it with multiple? What? Wait, what the hell was that? I have 5 queens versus 1, and I lose that encounter to where he gets me down to 1. But then I win at 1v1. 1028. I was trying to get to 1500, but I guess it'll take forever. Or what actually ends up happening is just the fact that you're playing a lot of these 500 rated opponents, so they're not going to give you much anyway. But it does seem relatively active for all things considered. But it's obviously going to let you play against people at vastly different ratings. Let's just do basic moves at the beginning. I don't know what the opening theory in this game really is, but you probably shouldn't leave the back rank exposed because that leads to some of those crazy takes. That is kind of what he's baiting, I guess, by doing that. But the point is I shouldn't be giving up any take at all. So how is he doing it? He's doing it because he'll put that there, then put that there, let's say. So then I won't be able to take, and I'm just exposed to the take myself. Like here, I'm probably forced to give something up, no? He would take, but then I would still take back. Right, so there's no problem there. Just basic trade. You can put this by the edge of the board again. Yeah, this is a problem where there's not much I can do about it. Because you would just like double take, wouldn't you? Or does it have to? I don't even get this though. Would you be able to double take these, or do you have to only take if it takes all the way? You're gonna bring this here to slot 12, or I guess not. For some of those are just attrition, like where you're sort of, you would take, I would take, you wouldn't be able to take. Okay, what allows you to take there, but not? I guess you just have to hit the back rank. That's all it is. Like you can't do it here because even though the back rank's exposed, there's no way. Oh, here. So it's 4 to 2. You go ahead. Oh wow. Jesus Christ. Give me more 500 rated players than Bully, I guess. I don't know why it's so vastly up and down. Like, either you're playing 1,000 or a 500. There's nothing in between. What advanced positional play by them to get to this amazing position early. Here, you would be able to take their... Wow, they're just completely stonewalling me out. I can't do anything. Unbelievable. That looks cute and all, but I'm so far behind, it just doesn't even matter. You can go here to here, then there, then he can't take. Can't take that no matter what. Now my only legal move is going to be undone. Wow, dude. Take, I could take. That was still kind of a worthy trade. I just don't really see what the option here is. You come there so that you can't do anything with that, and then you try to promote. You could get some kind of nasty combo, I guess, to maybe try to salvage this. The way that you just can't do anything when stuff is on the edge of the board is kind of annoying, though. Like, but again, the fact that you're forced to move stuff, it makes it kind of okay. You go here, you can't take. I could take this. If you move up, I can't take it. Maybe they'll slip up and choke somewhere, but it seems pretty solid what they've done here. Some pretty big takes in the beginning. And you just let me take that seemingly for free, so I don't know what that was about. I can't imagine why. That would be a good idea. So here you could just take. So we're threatening the take. You're going to keep going. Why couldn't we like recreate the same situation that we just saw, where it's boxed in such a way that, well, it's because they have other things to move, I guess. So like it can't do anything, otherwise I'd be able to take. But that's not the only thing they can do. They can't take anything there still. So just keep going back and forth for now. Kind of try to flag them or piss them off, or they're actually faster than me still. So they'll have to move that up, which they can easily do. So chasing them with the kings are kind of pointless. Like, you'll never just catch up, but... How would I even do this, like, where I would still get a promote out of it? If you get too many kings, it's going to be trouble. They still haven't moved 3 things on the back rank at this stage in the game, which is kind of surprising. I kind of didn't even want to move that, but... Or that would have been basically like a fork, no? Where I should have been guaranteed to take one or the other. So they might be making some mistakes, but I'm kind of letting them off the hook a bit. So now, any of these movements would allow me to take. So maybe I should just wait. Now they're going to be forced to move in such a way that could help me. If you move here, I take. If you move there, I take. Hanging on by a thread. 3 pieces versus 7. Wait. Or no, versus 6. So these are going to be kind of the weak link. These 3 are kind of annoying to try to deal with. This is the battle of royalty right now. If you can do 1 versus 3, then you'd be in good shape. You can try to get a promote out of this, would be nice. I don't think you can stop it. I mean, even though you might see some piece equivalency from that, I can't. First of all, I can't even move it. You do it like this, and then I wouldn't be able to take. This I would be able to take, and I mean, I have to. Oh, now I'm just screwed because... Shouldn't you still get a fork on here? Like, obviously you can't do this with one piece left, but... I keep messing up at the beginning and allowing them to do these crazy chain takes. Yeah, let's do snakes and ladders next week. How about that? With all these fucking random games that I've never played. Let's do the Jumanji, probably real life board game that I'm sure they made a version of. You'll get one or the other of these, which he kind of dictates which one that is. I mean, you're still hanging in. So what it's saying is that they think your opponent's a moron, that they're going to let you win this position. Like, which is fair, but at some point it should just be like, you don't have sufficient material to win, so you just lose. But don't let yourself get boxed into a corner is kind of the big draw. Or yeah, just hope for the old internet DC gambit. Hope their power goes out. Hope their internet company shuts down. It's only fair for all the games that I AFK out of and stuff, like in historically, like with chess and stuff. Minute 25 left. Okay. It could still be annoying, like if you just don't let him have the opportunity to take you. But with 4 pieces, like if it was only 2 versus 1, then you could maybe still do it. Even if I was to take, you would still take, so I can't even do it. You might move this one or whatever. Actually, the internet gambit Damn it. Oh, wait. I keep forgetting the rule of the forced take. Minus 18, which is what? 10-10. I mean, at least these are a little better matchups. What other good ones were from here? Oh, you know what I like is so regular live streams start on Monday and Thursday. Oh, you know what? What category do you use then to do it? I wonder. Checkers online. Oh, that is actually the category. I don't know. I kind of like the checkers one overall, just sort of broad. Yeah, see, when even checkers is jumping on the Twitch bandwagon, you know that something is up. Checkers online. It only has 112 followers though. Like, what kind of BS is that? I'm not saying it should be super popular, but just for such a well-known, crazy kind of thing. Yeah, I want to have some sort of Grandmaster plays experience, like chess Grandmaster plays chess or checkers or plays shogi or something. Shogi is unironically difficult. Like, Magnus could play it and he's not going to be very good for a while. Like, honestly, he'll be better than most people and have certain advantages, but let's try to get a good win here. It looks like 1,000 rated player, assuming that's actually who it is. Angela. Not even a stereotype, but it feels like we've seen a lot of female players, no? Almost exclusively. Yes, of course, because they're not good enough to not good enough to play chess, so they play checkers instead. Like me, though, ha. I don't know. I actually like it a lot more than I thought I would. Although I'm not so sure how much of a fan of the 3-minute thing I am. It's not too much of an issue here, but there is a lot of calculation that's still going on, whether you maybe realize it or not. So now you'll take from there, like, but you shouldn't be able to. I don't get that. You go here. Wait, what is it? Take there, take there. Just don't let him do a big take. Like, how hard is it just to do trades? Just basic trade, simple. Go here. They play like way more conservatively with the pieces in the back, right? They have 3 up front. I have everything in the back, or I guess I'm playing maybe too conservatively. The only logical thing is just go like this. I go here, you can't take, but I'm threatening the take. And so if you go up, I can also take, and there's nothing you can put behind it. So this one should be a guaranteed take. The best you could do is maybe set it up for a trade. So if I was to take, keep moving up the chains here. That's an expression I use a lot, actually. That's something from football, I guess, which I don't even watch or know anything about, but just whenever you're just like slowly roping up something, moving the chains like you're whatever, doing the fucking, what's it called? Like when you hit a whatever, when you hit like a checkpoint, basically. None of these are going to let me actually do anything. And see, they have a lot of moves in reserve that won't let them get taken. So you would take, I would take, and then you won't be able to. You won't be able to. Okay. Right? You'll be able to take all the way then. Or not even the way that I necessarily thought, though. Just don't give up a big take, and then I'm giving up an... Okay. Fuck. I'm already losing to some kind of opening theory, which I'm sure these people don't know, but can't even do anything. Then I won't be able to take back either. And as soon as you move this, I move this. I wish you could go back and see what they just did, because that's the only mechanic I have to do, is just don't let them do some crazy major take. Shouldn't be that hard to prevent. Okay, go. Maybe I should change my opening strat. Like, let's see what they're doing. They're doing 9. Oh, but this is a 500 rated player, so you shouldn't do it like that. Of course, you fall below 1,000, and then you start playing these clowns, with all due respect. You can take, they can't take back, ever. So it's just a free +1. This won't even get me back above 1,000. They can only take until the edge of the board, so that's the only thing you have to worry about. So, like, none of these are takeable, so just don't even move them, but eventually I kind of end up doing that. So you shouldn't play from the back, play from the front and somehow make it work, even though it's easier said than done. So try to go like from here to here to here and then put that in front, stuff like that. Maybe you do a move like this, but you can't. You just get so constrained for space, you just can't do anything ever. So, okay, they clearly don't know what they're doing. Make checkers great again, where you actually should have a legitimate category on Twitch for it. That's kind of sad, though. Like, whether you're a fan of it or not, it's weird that that's even an issue. Like, it's so unpopular that way. The site itself is trying to suck in what little popularity it might have, but I feel like there's a lot of anti-checkers propaganda that even I sort of bought into, but like the old school Anthem, like, oh, Anthem's not nearly as bad as people say. I don't think it's great or anything, but you could move this up and just sort of buy time. You wouldn't be able to, okay. You wouldn't be able to do that, though. It always has to end on the back rank, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't even understand the still basic concept of the take. I thought the only way it works is, yeah. If I go here, you can't take, oh no, you can take this. Now, I am vacating the back rank, but it shouldn't matter. Or will it? You'll go like this to this, or something stupid. You go here, you still can't take anything. Can't take this. I wish I could at least say that much. Like, oh, you know. Okay, that you'll be able to take. That you will be able... Wait, what? It's not even like you have a choice, right? When you have a take... I genuinely don't get how it works. Sometimes it seems inconsistent. When you have a chance to take, you always have to take. So you would do it. Why can't you do it? You should totally be able to do that crazy jump. You go here, take, here, take, this, take. Jump that. They've given me a lot of easy options here. I would, okay. So again, why? Why did that happen there, but not before? Huh. Somehow, something seems inconsistent with the rules of this. That one wasn't even the back rank. Well, whatever. I should easily win, but you also open up this take. Yeah, imagine enjoying this more than Go. At least the first time through. Not saying it's more complicated. I mean, Go apparently seems to be more complicated than even chess, but I don't know. They would be able to take here, so I just have to vacate the vicinity. This you could threaten to take, and I would just move. Let's try to get one more good matchup against like 1,000 rated player. And if I can do that, oh, that's a good move. Because you have to just let him take. Let's try to get a promotion this way. You have these 4, so just don't let him take it. You have 2 queens versus 1, 8 pieces versus 4. Or I mean, 1, 2, 3. Or yeah. I like how we're in that 1v5 situation, and then I completely throw, like... But then I still end up winning. It's just stupid. I mean, the kings are good, but they're not, like, totally busted here, which I kind of like. You try to come behind it. If you come up, I can't do anything to it. Oh, but that's pretty good. Take there 5 to 9 still, not a big deal. It does feel like this one can't move at all. Right? Anywhere you go, you would have a guaranteed take. The problem is there are still other things that you can move. Or I guess I'm proven wrong. Now you'll be able to zip through and just take just because you feel like it, right? That's just how it works. You can just kind of do whatever you want. Or you'll be able to double take these, right? Sometimes I don't know how that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 3. All you have to do at this point is trade. I don't know why you had to do that. He didn't. She didn't. And normally I would say, oh, this would be my punishment for failing some kind of chess permanent challenge, but now I'm just genuinely doing it on a positive note. I conquered my improvisational demons, although it took me way longer than I thought, and I'm still not really happy with how I play it, but it's basically just like, I wouldn't even say the level is that different than what I used to be able to do, but it just seems a lot more difficult. Like, I have to try a lot harder to do what I could have done a lot easier before, at least. You can't move up, you have to go back. Then we kind of just box you in, right? If you go there, and then you're forced to just give it up. Or you could promote, and then you're kind of in a similar spot. I like how I still don't generally know the exact rule of how that works, but no studying allowed. Like there, you wouldn't be able to take, but sometimes you are able to take. That's the one that confused me the most. It has to be the edge of the board, I guess. But it doesn't have to be the back rank. It could be... Okay, I don't have time. Let's just go. All you'd have to do is trade some of these. Or, wait. Take this. Take. I'm doing it. 4 queens, 1 king, or whatever. They're all kings. Go here, and then you're forced to give it up, but you're actually not forced to give it up. You could just give it up for the sake of a trade, but it still doesn't work because in that situation, you need an immediate response. The fact that the takes are compelled is kind of good, actually. Have to box it in with the second one. This is about as authentic of a first experience as you can have, though, like to show. Nobody should be worse than me because I'm the worst you can possibly be. But go here, you can't go down, you can't go up, you're just done. Okay, last one, but I hope I get somebody who's actually 1,000. Looks like it is 1033. They move it here. Let's move it there. Just don't give anything that could be a big take at the beginning. That's just a simple trade, not a big deal. You can always go to the edge if we really want to. But they seem to be pretty trade happy too. Okay, I just don't even understand. Like, why are you able to do that? I guess just it's the edge of the board, but I always think of it just like it has to be a back rank only. Only a -1, but it just kind of tilts me a little bit. If you move up, I could take, but you have too much mobility in the back here, where now I'm going to be forced to do something that... Okay, this is good at least because it's connected for sure, so now you don't have to worry about anything. And he loves trading even more than me. Although in this game, I don't think I've been as trade happy. You go here, so you won't be able to do anything, but actually you will be able to do something. Is that -1 going to be the difference? This will be like our final boss. If we can beat this, we'll get back to 1,000. That should be satisfactory. What? Come there. I can't do anything. You could promote there. Then you'll be sort of trapped. You can go here and threaten the take. He'll be threatening the take on 26, though. You have to take... You would take there. Now you're +2. Damn it. This one's boxed in. Oh, you know what it is? I would take... I would go here, you would take... I could take the queen, but I can't because... You know, ordinarily, that would be good. Now that one, I just don't think I can avoid. So you take that way. Not like I'm only losing to the thousands. I've lost to a 500 and I've beaten a lot of the thousands too, so it doesn't really matter that much, but there's just some stupid horizontal thing that confuses me whenever it's on the edge of the board. You would take there, just keep going. There you can't take, or you'll somehow magically be able to double take, because that's just how it works sometimes. Yeah, just take both. Like, fuck it. It's got to reach a side of the board, any of the edges of the board. This game is all about edging, one of my specialties in real life. You go here, he can't take anything. See, that you shouldn't be able to do the same way that you can do here, but somehow you'll end up at that side of the board. Take, can't take. Okay, maybe one more after this. Who cares? But I was just trying to get 1,000 elo thing. Again, like obviously I already just had it for a while, but okay, hurry up. I won't even be able to move, so won't that be like a stalemate equivalent? Or no, it's actually my fault. You lost, you do not have a move. Oh, so there is no stalemate. That's weird. Okay, last game, no matter what. I don't know what rating they are. It's going to be another 500. Nice matchmaking, but honestly, okay, here we go. Final boss, final boss. Doesn't matter. It won't get us to 1,000, was fine. You go here, so just don't move the stuff in the back and you should be fine. There, you would just go there, and then I can't take. There does seem to be some inconsistent rules with that sometimes that I'm not understanding, but it is such a simple game, so we should obviously have no problem with it. I'm almost already in a position where I can't move anything without losing something. Now I'm going to be tempted to move this and then move this, but I can't. Or at least if you can proposition a trade, then I don't mind as much. If I move this, you'll go all the way, is my understanding of it. If you go here, you can't do anything at all. Or we got to do a lot of these things on VR just for the sake of, wait. Can't take back anything. You're threatening to take. I would take this. You would take this. I would still take this. But that's not too bad for me. At least it's not some crazy size take. Okay, this isn't too bad. That you can't actually do anything with it. So now he's going to be a little bit constrained as far as what he can actually move. I go here. I go behind. So now I feel he's in a more secure position. So I should win this at this point. So that, or I say that, but I go there. You take. I take back. You'll do some crazy thing that I don't think you can do, but now we should get a queen promotion guaranteed because you just can't stop the momentum of that piece. It's actually pretty satisfying. Like, let's see, what is happening? Wait, what? Oh, okay. You take there, but I get a queen out of it. I call it a queen more just because you're thinking of it as promotion, you know? Like whenever you promote something in chess, it becomes a queen, not a king, so that's why I'm saying it. You know, you could try to do this, but it's kind of weird. Or you could even come in there and then try to take it out. You're gonna have like a fork scenario, I guess. You come there, I could just take it. That doesn't mean it's a sure thing, but let's just be careful. Whenever you can attack multiple things with that, it is pretty scary. So in a weird way, you can't do anything with the take there, so I go here. But you're only threatening one thing, and you could still move it. If you come there, I can't take it from there, but it might not matter that much because you can't do anything. You're kind of just letting me get a free path to promotion, theoretically. Can't come inside any further. You come like this, I come like this. I mean, promotion is not like, oh, it's going to win you the game or some crazy thing here. It's just kind of okay. You could come up to here and then you just can't take anything at all. Kind of enamored by this move, but I guess it doesn't do a whole lot. If you come down there, it's not necessarily a good thing. Huh. Just move some of these things around. Try to promote a little bit more. Time-wise is pretty even. Material-wise is pretty even. You can't face these. You got to think of these things just as pawns, but there is a lot of weird interplay stuff that still happens too. The problem with this is as soon as you move this, then you'll be screwed because you'll lose one or the other or both, or something crazy will happen. So somehow he's trapped that in a pretty good way. You're going to have this, and then you're going to attack it from behind. We'll have to cut through maybe here somehow. Or, I don't know. Okay, you're going to give me a massive take, which I don't know what that does for you. Just be a blunder. So we were... See, that's all you got to do. Hang in there, and your opponents will beat themselves, because that's just how it is. You can't do that. Can't do that. So it's amazing that we've actually boxed our stuff in there so badly. Maybe that would somehow be worth it to you, but I don't get it. Like, this one's super annoying. You could try to target these, but you really can't. This is just a clump that's very, very interesting. You go here, you would take, but then I would still take, right? So if that's a forced take, that makes it very worth it because you're trading down the queen for the pawn. And when you say that, it makes it sound a lot better than what it is, but that's actually a perfect way to get one of these things released outside. Look at this, actual high quality opponent. Not bad. Just play it safe, win by attrition. Don't let your opponents, whatever. Don't let them do any big takes, and you can just let them beat themselves. Anybody who's 1000 rated is clearly top 1 percentile of this game because nobody plays it. Even more dead than Chaz. You know what? We can afford to do that just for the sake of it, because then we'll get a double take. Or I guess not. Okay, fine. It's 2 versus 5, 4. So we promote this one too. Can't actually move like anything right now. Or I keep saying stuff like that, but then they find a way to do it. I do like that whole thing of blocking behind the pieces like that. Let you go wherever you want to for now. We could even try to promote these two, but there's no reason to move that one, really. I mean, even that's fine because we still have 2 of them to work with. Now, you should win just by the pure numbers game, but we have to trap that thing in there somehow. And you're going to try to come behind it. You won't be able to ever take that, so you can just kind of deal with it. You can try to chase it down, but it won't do anything. You go all the way, and then you have 3 versus 1. And you just have to trap it in there somehow. Or even if you can do the bait sort of trade just to try to... Let's try to learn this meta of trying to box it in there. Just for the simple fact of... we were able to do it with one of them, which was kind of spectacular. We trapped a single thing with just a single one down, which almost feels like that position should have been a draw, but somehow it wasn't. All right, so now we just box you in there. Don't even have to worry about stalemates in this game, everybody's favorite mechanic, especially at the beginner level. So if you go here, you can't move, or I take, am I not right? But you can go there, and then we just sit there forever, I guess. What you have to basically do is cover the ability to go there somehow. Or like have one already there, but it still doesn't work. Kind of closing in, but I can't figure out exactly how to do it. You come there and then you threaten it out. which would be a forced trade. So if I go here, then you take, I take, but somehow you'll take both. Somehow you'll take both. Just do it. Just do it. Fuck. Okay, we might have to do the boxing and strat again, or maybe they just did that to themselves. So within reason, it could still be a draw. It's just utterly stupid. Like, what is... I don't know what governs that sometimes. I mean, as long as I get this promotion off too, you'll have this, you'll chase it down. Oh, God. So stupid, man. Yeah, you kind of got me in that same trapped-ish position. But the difference is, at least if you unleash the other one to do it, this always makes it feel kind of pathetic. You have to chase it in a one-to-one way. But then it's going to end up being trapped, I guess. Or maybe not. You'll have to back one of these off at least. Somebody's going to bungle this, and it's not going to be me somehow, even though I almost just did. Like, this guy's almost trapped on every side, but somehow it won't be. Just forget about it. You can come there, and I'll just keep going back and forth. So at the very worst, we get a draw, or we might win on time, but this is kind of irritating. There doesn't seem to be any sort of automatic draw aspect, but there should be after 150,000 moves. Or maybe there is threefold repetition, but we just haven't seen it yet, which is hard to believe. But because of the increment, nobody's ever going to lose on time. This one genuinely can't move. It doesn't seem like he wants to move this one. You're really just going to let us do this till the end of time? I was winning pretty handily, and then I kind of just throw. Maybe I should, my reward for all this experience should be just the principle of understand when can you take and when can you not take, and why does it seem like sometimes you do it at random times that I don't expect. You can't really analyze or do a lot of stuff, or even have like a backlog. This person's just slow, so we might win because of that, or they're playing on like phone or something. But you could abuse the increment like what I'm doing, so we win maybe. Like, why are you so slow? You know what you're doing. Just pre-move it, even though you can't seem to do that on here. Like, you only have one move. What is so tough about it? Fuck. So there is no move repetition type nonsense. You won, opponent exceeded the time limit. Such a stupid way to win, and of course we get cucked from getting to 1,000 by 1. Are you kidding me, dude? I almost want to do another one because of that. 999, we can't let it go like that. Hold on. Alright, fine. I'll just do one more just for the principle of it. Give me that 1,000. Give me a 500 rated opponent. I don't even care because it'll still give me enough. In the wee hours of the night, we do a permadeath challenge. I have to delete my whole channel, my whole existence if I don't get to 1,000, but not really. Permadeath checkers challenge. First person ever to do such a thing in their life. Oh shit. 1,200. What is that? We haven't seen anybody that high all day today, have we? Just don't let him get a big take early. How hard is that for me to understand? Or you can even offer the take, like take then take. Right? That's sometimes safer than the alternative. You know they're going to just trade and nothing bad is going to happen. You go here, here, or there, there. Or you could just leave it there, I guess. If you go there, I could take. Be a fitting final boss opponent, but I don't know if I can handle it. Get psyched out by the fact that they're a mere 1,200, I guess. You go there, and I can't necessarily do anything about it. Or I can if I just don't move that. Or see, even here, if you take this, I take this. If you take this, I take this. So which take do you do? And then even if you take, I still take. What? Oh. Again, because it's the edge of the board, I guess. It doesn't really process with me when it's on the side like that. It's got to be the back rank only makes sense to me. You come there, and that should be an easy take for them, actually. Okay. Just do it, or apparently you can't do it. You're letting me take. You can't take back. Okay. So why were you able to do that? It makes no sense. Like, I don't know. I don't understand even the most basic rule of it. You can do a random take just to the middle of the board that has no context or coherence to it whatsoever. Or there has to be like a chain where it connects, but even that doesn't seem to be consistent all the time. You take, I take, you still can't take. I shouldn't lose too much for it, I guess, because they're a little bit higher, but whatever. Yeah, what a good match this is. My karma for getting all these easy matchups until now. So even this is fine, because you would take, I would still take. Okay. Now, it's not because it's the queen that it's doing that, or is it? I don't even know. Yeah, let's actually look at that after we end this game. Core moves only. Every player has 3 minutes for entire game. Extra 2 seconds are added after players move. Get that. We get a promotion. We could have some clutch comeback, but I think it's very unlikely. That would guarantee they would take as well. But I don't have a choice. They would take. I would still take back. Not. Yeah, I don't actually understand that. Why you can do it sometimes, but not other times. Actually, if you get a decent opponent here, you might get the 9 difference back. If you get like another 1,000. Okay, last one now regardless. I just wanted to get to 1,000 again. I don't see why it's a big deal. Because I started and I was like climbing. Like 1038 and just winning the first couple games back to back and crazy. Okay, 1031 isn't as intimidating. Oh yeah, just go AFK. That'll be beautiful. Beautiful. Easiest win of the day. Paid actor. The only way I can get a win here. Or at least it'll give me a little bit of a time odds. Is there a reason why I'm never first? Like, why am I always white? Which, in chess context, would mean that you do go first. Don't leave some kind of back rank thing open, but I sometimes don't understand these takes that I'm doing. Or that they're doing these super long things. You just kind of buy turns, right? Like, go all the way here, then, okay. But even here, you would take, I would take, so I don't know why that wouldn't be okay to do. They would take, and I would still take, but it's in before something crazy happens that I don't understand still. Take, then take. Why is that so hard for me to do? So trading is fine, so that avoids the risk of this. And so you go here or here. If I go here, then you could maybe still do the same take. This allows you to take, and I have no recourse against it. You come there, I could just take. That's a good move for the same reason. This time we don't really have an answer for it, so... Try to do just another take, but you'll take all the way. You'll take all the way. It's okay. You would take, I would take, all right. Or that's even a weird, so that's the only choice you get, I guess, sometimes with the takes is just where exactly, which exact one you choose to do it with. Every move here seems to be bad. You'll be able to do this, or maybe you won't be able to do it. I don't even know. Go there, I could take it. If you go there, you'll be fine. If I go there, I'll be safe, but not from this one. This means that you're not able to take it because you have to go to the edge of the board, which this isn't in either way. So what is it? The legal move abuse here has been pretty amusing though. There's only 1 versus 3. That's still okay. You can recover from that. But you'll get another queen out of it. I don't see why this wouldn't be okay. Take into take. Four to 2, not a big deal. I don't know. It's gonna be very hard to even move anything here without losing something. This you'd be threatening to take. This would be the same thing, but you would somehow do something more. Take. The trades are a good way out of some of these more dangerous takes that they're threatening to do. And it opens this up a bit, so it gives me more moves to just sort of stall for time, which is my whole strategy in this experience. Which now I don't have a very good answer for that. Or although they might have to sack something too, or maybe not. If you move this, I would take. If you move this, I would take. This, I can't take. But you can't take either. You could promote. That means that this guy is completely trapped and it is going to die. 100%. You go here, it would force the trade down, but it's not because we're going the other way. I go there. You can't actually do anything about it, right? Or you will be able to go to the edge of the board. I don't know. I don't know. Why does it sometimes let you do that? Like if it was here, it would let you do that. I don't even know. Wait, is he letting me promote, which is very nice. Come on, let's make this an epic comeback. We're only -2. You should have did that. Goes there. Go here, you know, you could take. This one is just dead, 100%. Or wait. Oh no, maybe this is the one chance I have to escape. If I go here, then there, or I go here, then there. I'm threatening the take, you come in deeper. You should have been made that move. I played in jail. I ain't beat, I ain't eat. He goes to there, so we may as well just escape. Yeah, who is that chess player who became like a 2800 in jail, but they kind of try to discredit him because somehow he was playing against only other prisoners? It's actually a true story. It's really not his fault. I mean, you're like forcing him to only play against certain people, so then you want to complain about it. So you can take there. I'm not really catching up too much here. You have these 3 scary looking kings, but I can't do anything about it. Don't you just have to take here? Like, what is the confusion? This, you can't do anything. I kind of want to move make some space here. Whatever they do with the kings, we can at least just run away for now. Kind of like when the board is more spacious like this. So your back rank looks scary, but at some point you're going to move them, presumably. I don't know what they're doing. So now they're forced to take that. So what if I'm okay with that and just... I don't really know. Like, I wouldn't really mind that in theory. It's just... You come up there, then I move, then you take, then I take. But like even here, why would this be bad? Let you take, I take. What? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's not fair. Yeah, where's the analysis board? Like what? Oh, the game's not complicated enough for me to be allowed to do that? Okay, that's enough. Whatever. Still better than the majority of people, at least. Really, does it show me my overall record? Good thing I'm recording it. I mean, I obviously don't really care about those other two right now, but it was actually more fun than I would have thought. And yeah, as much as people make fun of it, I never really understand that, because you can't really say that when... Like, how long does it take to become good at it? You know, just because it's solved, or that's not even really what people think about it. They just always say that anyway. Top 6 best men's checkers player of all time. Kinsley only lost 7 games, period. Famously battled Chinook, a computer program that played checkers and only lost 2 games. But how many did he play? Retired from the game for 12 years due to lack of competition, which made competing boring for him. Just go play poker instead, like Magnus. Won international draws championship 10 times. Russian national champion 13 times. Highest rated player in the world 2011. Also Russian. Won the draws championship 7 times, a record that stood for 87 years. Created famous positions and playable combinations that favored playing the surprising move, known as the Napoleon of Draughts. Famous positions and playable combinations that favored playing the surprising move. Became the youngest player to win the Draughts Championship at age 18, known as the Mozart of the checkerboard. Favors playing positional sacrifices. Only Grandmaster in 3 types of Draughts. Oh, it's even called a Grandmaster still. Russian, Brazilian, and international. Russian wasn't even on there. Russian Draughts is what? Board 8x8. The left down square should be dark. Starting position, 12 pieces. I think most of this is the same. Men and kings. Men move forward. Kings, okay, capture. It's just going to be like how far they can jump and stuff. 15 minutes for rapid, 45 minutes for classical. Okay, see you tomorrow.